Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today, I'm going to be covering episode 12 of Frieren and talk about a ride of emotions. Man, this was another good episode. It basically stayed on par with the entire feeling of Frieren throughout this entire series. You get a little bit of some rewind, looking back in time, a little bit of looking in the future, a lot of feelings, and a little bit of comedy in between. It was such a fantastic episode, and I'm just going to get right into it. So it starts with basically some comedy. They're walking, going through the mountains, and Stark offers to carry Freyrin because she's fallen asleep, and basically he's doing hand movements that to him are innocent, but to Fern, who is the obvious good judgment of character in this case, de- deems that he's being perverted and that he's just going to carry or excuse me, she is going to carry Freyrin through the mountains because, well, she passed out. Don't really know why she passed out. They don't go into it. It doesn't really matter. And so they're she's getting she's having some dreams about stuff that's going on in the past. I really loved it. They're talking about uh you find out that Himmel and Heiter are childhood friends. I thought that was really interesting. And that Heiter was an orphan, which beyond being a priest does make sense on why he did the things that he did. You find out that basically Heiter called Himmel the fake hero throughout his whole life, and Himmel was like, "Nope, I'm going to prove you wrong. I will be the hero." Well, that comes into where they go to next because the next village that they go to is the Sword Village or Village of the Sword, I think is what they called it. Basically, the village is the protector of the sword, the hero sword. It's stuck in a rock, kind of like Camelot. Same concept. Come to find out that you get this really interesting backstory when it comes to the what the sword is. You find out that Himmel never pulled the sword out of the rock. He was never truly the hero. The hero was supposed to be the one to pull the sword and kill the demon. Well, he never pulled the sword, but he did kill the demon, and it just shows that through determination, you can achieve, in this case, your dreams, your goals. He proved that just because he doesn't have the sword, that doesn't mean he is the hero. And I like their explanation where they were like, well, they didn't want to ruin the hero's name by saying he didn't pull the sword out because he did still do what the hero does, which is kill the demon lord. So I really enjoyed that. Come to find out, also, you find out that it is Stark's birthday. It's his 18th birthday. I don't know if that really has any meaning. I know in the Western culture, 18 is a huge birthday. I don't think it didn't really sound like it was a huge deal, but they celebrate all birthdays. So you got that. You got more funny moments where Freyrin offered to give Stark a potion that ate away clothing. I thought that was funny. Byrne obviously did not appreciate the gesture and dumps it on Freyren. More funny moments. So then you kind of continue. You find out that Stark's doing all these things for the village, and for yeah, Fern and Stark are having this conversation. Prior to that happening, you have Stark looking at clouds, saying one looks like boobs, one looks like poop, just acting like a child, which is fine. He's a kind of carefree, and that's kind of what the group needs. Is just somebody that's a little less on edge, but not so much like Freyren. She's out in way left field as far as her demeanor is concerned. So Fern gives a gift of a bracelet. I wonder if it has any sort of magical abilities. That'd be really interesting. I hope we find out on the next episode because we did not find out on this episode. Also, you got Stark's past and why he chooses to wear red. I thought that was really interesting. Basically, he deems himself weak. He is the weakest person in his village, and the less red you have on your clothing, the stronger you are. So his brother Stoltz was the strongest person in the village, and his brother was really the only person that cared about Stark, which I thought was really touching. Definitely brought some feels out in that moment because Stark always believed that he ran away from the demons attacking when in actuality it was Stoltz that told Stark to run away because he believed in him. And I thought that was really, really emotional and I really enjoyed it. I'm also a little glad that they didn't make Stark cry after he had the Hamburg steak, which you find out that all warriors get for their birthdays, and that his master actually made it for Frieren and all of the heroes group, which I thought was really cool to kind of see that. I am drawing a blank on what his Eisen is his master's name. So Eisen actually gave Frieren the recipe for the hamburger steak. Really touching moment there because his brother, Stark's brother made Stark hamburger steak for his birthdays as well. That was the only gift he ever got as a child, was the hamburger steak. Really enjoyed it. Another great episode, but that's all I got for this week. I really can't wait for next week because this season's been so fantastic. But that's all I got. So please make sure to check out the anime show on Facebook and Instagram. Check out all the awesome anime content they have on there. Also, please subscribe to us, drop a like, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think of Frieren as well. I love talking Frieren. So have a good one, everyone.